say, oh my God, I see the way you shine. Take your hand, my dear, and place them both in mine. You know you stopped me dead while I was passing by. And now I beg to see you dance just one more time. Ooh, I see you every time. And oh my, I like your style. You make me wanna cry. And now I beg to see you dance just one more time. So they say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, oh. I never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, eh, eh. And when you're done, I make you do it all again. I said, oh my God, I see you walking by. Take my hands, my dear, and look me in my eyes. Just like a monkey, I've been dancing my whole life. But you just beg to see me dance just one more time. Ooh, I see you every time. And oh my, I like your style. You make me wanna cry. And now I beg to see you dance just one more time. So they say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, oh. I never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, eh, eh. And when you're done, I make you do it all again. They say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, 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 oh. I never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, eh, eh. And when you're done, I make you do it all again. Dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, oh. I never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, eh, eh. And when you're done, I'll make you do it all again. They say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, 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 oh. I never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, eh, eh. And when you're done, I'll make you do it all again. All again.
Oh, good evening. It's me, Etta Buffet, and it's Wednesday, and it's talk time, and I've got the lovely, the gorgeous, the funny Gypsy Divine.
I was going to say, carry on, carry on. Give me more compliments, bitch.
How you been? How's the
Hello.
lockdown been for you?
Oh, fine, love. I was born to be a fucking hermit, me.
Are you missing anyone in particular?
No.
No.
No, I mean...
You're not missing
yeah,
your hookups on Grindr or anything?
Oh, love, I'm having as much sex now as I was for lockdown. Fucking none. Nobody wants to fuck a fat bird. Well, they must.
Oh, you're not fat.
Oh, I am. I'm fatter now after
Oh.
lockdown. So I don't fucking eat.
Who's Gary anyway?
Oh, what do you call a Gale or whatever? Is it Gale?
Gail.
You know, lesbian
Gail.
relationship.
Bye.
Yes.
He's just off over Butte Park if anyone wants to go and meet him. So,
Oh, love, I can't be arsed. I got things to do.
what are you drinking, love?
I'm not drinking tonight. I'm drinking Fanta Lemon out of the can because I'm classy. But I have got some sidekick left from Sunday, so I'll have a little swig of that every now and then.
Ah,
It's been good.
I got a little bit of a martini lemonade going on here, but not too much
Oh,
because I've got work tomorrow.
have you? Doing what?
I've got myself a job.
Oh, where?
Only working from home. I'm working with Amazon, working for Gail.
Oh.
It's fine. I'm like working in the recruitment department.
Oh, love.
So
Oh,
I'm
well, if I
ringing
need a
people
job,
up.
I have to come.
Yes, it's fine. I'd enjoy it. I'm at home. I can switch the telly on. I can make my own cup of tea. Can I take my breaks when I want them? Do you know what I mean? Fine.
Oh, I can't get any peace in the house. That's why I come out the shed.
Oh dear. Tell me what happened the other week. You had some men in the back garden in your shed. What were they doing?
Hang on. Oh, I'm trying to sort something out a minute. Can't hear someone. No. Oh, I can't see the comments. Okay. Yes. Basically, the main fucking sewer pipe runs in my backyard, and
Oh.
there's supposed to be a manhole there, but there wasn't, and there was a flooding down in a couple of the houses, so they had to come and dig everything up. And I was actually ready to go do an online show, and I had to fucking cancel it because they were
Oh.
banging and fucking drilling and God knows what. There's still a fucking hole in the back garden. I've been on the phone to Welsh Water today, bastards.
Honestly, ridiculous. And you're halfway through doing your makeup and everything. You had all these men come round your back.
I was done, love. I was done. I was ready.
Oh, you was
ready to
ready.
fucking go. I had to take it all off.
Oh, bless you. Well, we're here today. We're going to have a little bit of a chit chat with you, find out a little bit about you. Not that, we really need to because we know who you are and, but some of our audience may not. So I'm just going to have a quick look and see we've got. Let's have a look. Kelly Gardner. She said, hello. How are you?
Hi.
We've got Gypsy Divine. Gypsy Divine. You're Gypsy Divine. We've got Julie Gascoigne watching. Drew O'Hara. Hello there.
Hello.
Ryan Norman. Carlos is watching.
Hello, love.
Fraser Perry said, evening, Etta Buffet and Gypsy.
Evening, Fraser.
And we've got Matthew Robbins watching as well, and Simon Adore. I think I said it right. I'm not quite sure. I'm not very good when it comes to surnames anyway. I'm not very good when it comes to names, to be honest with you. I forget who they are.
Or spelling.
Right. So, Gypsy, tell us a little bit about you and where Gypsy has come from.
Oh, the Gasser love. That's where she's come from. I don't know. Well, I always wanted to do drag. Always wanted to do drag ever since I saw Lily Savage and Daniel LaRue when I was about 10. And I was like, oh, I want to do that. I didn't know what it was. Just wanted to do it. And over the years, I think I went out in drag when I was 19 the first time. And I looked a fucking state. I looked like Judy Finnegan on crack. It was fucking awful. I had a little fucking blonde Persian wig on. All my makeup was purple, even my lips. I looked like I had fucking hypothermia. It was fucking terrible.
We've all got to start somewhere, though.
I know. Look at you.
I know. Look, when you started me last year, when you said, come on there, I'll help you do your makeup. And then I come upstairs and I went, my eyes all right? And you were like, get back down those stairs.
Tough love.
So it's something that you've always wanted. Drag is always something that you've wanted to do from sort of a small age.
Yeah, always. I always found it really glamorous. And I love a bit of glamour. Obviously not tonight. But yeah, it's just something I always wanted to do. And like growing up in the gay scene, and it wasn't as popular as it is now because obviously we're going back 20 years now. Going back like 20 years because I'm 40. I know I don't look like it in this lighting.
40?
Yeah. We
don't look 40.
Oh, thank you, love. But, it wasn't as easy back then. We didn't have like YouTube and eBay and all that shit. So, trying to find just a pair of fucking size 12 heels in Cardiff or Swansea was a fucking mission. My first pair of heels was a size 9 and my fucking heel was hanging over the back. With hang of fucking toes. Nothing's changed.
Oh, so where did the name come from?
Gypsy comes from the musical about Gypsy Rose Lee. And Divine comes from the drag queen Divine in the 80s.
Okay. So did you play around with a few names to start with, or you just literally thought that's my name? And
my first drag name, which I never used, was Vera Lynch.
Okay.
Because Vera from fucking Coronation Street and Bet Lynch from Coronation Street, Vera Lynch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was never used. And then my first drag name was Gypsy Toast.
Gypsy Toast. I like that.
But do you know what Gypsy Toast is?
No.
Eggy bread that you fry.
Oh, see, I just call it eggy bread.
No, it's got different names. It was like I was living somewhere in Cardiff, and somebody, do you want some Gypsy Toast? I was like, oh, I like that name. So yeah, I was Gypsy Toast for a while, and then I changed it to Divine.
Ah, and that's that's when you sort of started this. So where was your first gig, your ever first gig you did? Where was that?
My first paid gig was in WoW, the original WoW.
Okay. Where on Churchill Way?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I used to go out in drag, and Stephen and Jace, and obviously Vicky. I went in there a few times. I was like, thinking of doing a quiz early on a Sunday. They've been open about 6 months. Can you do it? I was like, yeah, I can do it. No fucking problem. Do you know what the fuck I was doing? I mean, nothing's changed. So yeah, I'll do it. So I put a quiz together, and it was on a Sunday, and I was working with Mona Lott, who is one of my good friends. I haven't seen her in ages, but we're still good friends. And first of all, I wouldn't talk on the mic because I was so nervous. And then when I started talking on the mic, I really got into it, but I wouldn't stand on the stage. I just kept walking around in circles. But it was a really good first quiz, should we say. And I loved it, and I really got into it then. I just wanted to do it again and again and again.
Oh,
so yeah, my first paid gig was a quiz in WoW Bar.
Quiz in WoW. There you go, see, and then your career sort of took off from then.
Well, it took a while, love, because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And the first show I ever did was in WoW, and it was fucking awful.
It couldn't have been that bad because they kept you.
Yeah, to do with a quiz, not a show. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I'd written everything down, and I thought I was being extremely funny. Nobody really laughed. The singing was fucking atrocious. Again, nothing's changed. But yeah.
Ah, so do you have a drag mother or a drag father, or?
No, not really. I mean, there are people I've looked up to. I worked for Kerry Dupree many years ago as his dresser, so I learned a lot about makeup and costumes and things from working with him. And then when I started working in WoW, obviously I was working with Kit, Marcia, and Pixie. So I used to watch Pixie, and everything she did, I do completely the opposite. So that worked out for me. Yeah, just like watching Kit and Mars, and when we had Queen's visit, I'd sit and watch them, and I'd watch them on stage. So no official drag mother, but many people I've looked up to and taken bits from.
Yeah, and you've had a good support sort of network as well during your journey.
Yeah, I mean, in the beginning, not a lot of people liked me because I was very much up my own arse. I thought my shit was chocolate. Honestly, I was terrible. I thought I was glamour personified, and I thought, I deserve everything. I was such an arsehole. But Kitty and Marcia knocked that out of me quite quickly.
So how is your drag changed from sort of when you first started to now?
Well, the makeup's a lot better. Because I thought I was a woman when I first started. It's changed a lot. It changes all the time though, because I get bored quite easily. And I like it. I like a challenge to get me interested. So it's like I'll do a certain look for a while, like I'll do a gown and big wigs, and then like the style I do now, I do very short and very loose because I don't have to wear a corset, and I just want to be comfortable because I'm 40 and fat and I can't be arsed. And then I just started fucking around with the hats and stuff. And it all comes to, I just fuck around with things. And if I like it, I do it. And if I don't, I still carry on doing it till I realise I really don't fucking like it.
And you make your own costumes as well, don't you?
Yeah, I make everything. Well, all my own costumes, yeah.
Yeah, and you make costumes for other people as well?
Yeah, I got 2 on the go for you at the moment.
Can't wait to see them. Yeah. I did see the ones that you did for Ruby Slippers. They were fab. They were absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, I just finished one for Miss Penny as well. So that was like a long batwing gown. So that sent that up to her.
Does it take you long to do them, or you're quite a dab hander at it, or?
Once I get into it, it doesn't take that long, but it takes me a while. I've got to be in the mindset to sew, otherwise everything seems to go wrong. I'm one of these people. It's like, if I'm not in the mood to do it, everything seems to go wrong. So I wake up and I go, right, we'll fucking sew today, and it's done. And I can do it, no problem. But I've got to be in the mindset to do it. Otherwise, it just turns out, I mean, it doesn't really bother me if I'm doing it for me, because I can always hack it together and it looks fine. But like if I'm doing it for somebody else and they're paying me, I like it to be, as good as I can do.
Oh, yeah. That's it. Have you done a lot of dresses for anyone famous?
No. Well, Miss Kitty.
Miss Kitty, yes.
I've made for, well, it's just local people. I only really like to do for people I know. It's not something I'd like to do professionally, because I'm all self-taught. It's not, it's not something I've gone to school for, or I've sat down and learned really, like, from somebody. I learned a lot from Marcia earlier on, and then it's just YouTube and things and just fucking around. But I've made for Pixie, Marcia, Kissy, Gina, Amber, Cara, Ruby Slippers, Miss Penny. I don't think I've made for any. I've got to really know the person really to make for them.
Yeah. Well, you would dab under everything, can't you?
Wow, jack of all trades, master of none. That's me. I love a go with anything.
Well, oh, wow. So we've heard.
Yeah, that applies to men as well. Well, the thing is, you've just got to ask people, and the more people you ask, the more likely one of them's going to fucking say yes. So,
Do you get a lot of straight men, come on to you a lot when you're working?
I used to, when I was single, before the ex, I used to, and then obviously when I was in a relationship, I stopped all that. I was a bit, I was very sort of standoffish, and I would often get messages through Facebook from just random people. But then I started vetting who I was accepting. You get to spot the people who are like, the girls with a little bit extra, and they treat you as grinder and they'll message you. But now I'm not as sort of, I just sort of accept people now. Yeah. And then you get the messages, and then you just press the block button, because, I'm not here to be a sexual fantasy. I'm here to get fucking paid, love. That makes me sound like not that anybody would pay to fuck this, but still.
Wow! I
can't give it away for free. Nobody's going to put their hand in their fucking pocket. Bastard.
Oh dear. Let's have a look, see if we got the original WoW was the best. Gypsy Divine, one of my favourite queens. That's Marcus Connor.
Oh, thank you, Marcus.
There we go. You are actually, like, wherever, when I first moved down to Cardiff, a lot of people said to me, I say where I'm going, and they used to go to WoW and see Gypsy. She's funny. I didn't know you the first time when I first worked in WoW in 2016. I was on days, so I didn't really see you.
I remember.
But I don't recall you, like,
thanks,
when I was working. So I don't know whether I really come across you, but it wasn't until I started coming back down to Cardiff, and then
you never came across me, love. You'd still have the rash if you did.
Oh dear. Let's have a look. See, a question for Gypsy. This is from Susie Davis.
Hello, Susie.
Have you got a picture of yourself when you first started doing drag?
There are some on my Facebook. Remember when I first started doing drag, like, digital cameras weren't a big thing. It was, click, flash, go to fucking Boots and get them printed out. So, like, pictures of me, the first time I ever did drag, I did have pictures, but they're long gone. But there's some early pictures of me in drag on my Facebook. You'll have to scroll and scroll and scroll. I mean, when they pop up...
Sorry? You have to go back 10 or 15 years then on your Facebook.
You've got to go back years. I mean, when they sort of pop up on time hop, I tend to like forward them. I like my first promo pics I did for WoW. I was like in a whole all white room with white fur with my leg. I thought I was fucking chocolate. I was just like all sexy and shit.
But you're very talented, you know, and a lot of people around the Cardiff scene and even Swansea scene, they absolutely love you, you know.
Silly bastards. They like me until they get to know me. Then they don't want to know me.
That is true. Gypsy, who is your all-time, it doesn't need to be on the scene or it can be anywhere. Who is your all-time favorite drag king or queen?
Okay. I'm smoking. I do apologize. I know it's disgusting, but I'm not getting paid, so fuck you.
You carry on, love. You carry on.
The person I love, there's a few actually. Danny LaRue.
Yeah.
Glamour personified. Fucking love Danny LaRue. And I got to meet him back in 2008. 2008? Yeah, when he was doing pantomime in Cardiff. I loved it. Kerry Dupree. Fantastic talent and always looks gorgeous. And Lily Savage.
Yeah, and Lily Savage is one of my favourites as well, because I was sort of grew up with Lily Savage with my mum watching her, and I suppose back then I knew this is something that I wanted to do, but it never really came out.
Yeah.
Until sort of the last year, really. So it was something that I've always wanted to do. Are you old drag or RuPaul drag?
I'd say I'm more old school drag.
Yeah.
Really. You know, I don't fucking dance around. I've just found a lump. Oh no, it's my kneecap. I don't do death drops. If I fall on the floor, you know, ring a fucking ambulance, don't applaud. She's fucking dropped dead, love. But you know, I try to sort of modernize it a bit as well. I mean, I say modern, it's like my look now is quite 80s and 60s sort of mixed together. But I would say I'm old school drag rather than the new school. Do you know what I mean? Where today everybody thinks it's about the look, and the look is important, but you know, there's a saying, everybody can do drag. They can, but not everybody can perform.
Yeah.
And I think that's true.
Yeah. And you know, I'm still learning, and you know, to me, Kitty's given me the platform when we were doing the flawless competition. So she gave me the platform to start, you know, and she got me to do a few songs. I'm not a singer. I don't sing. I can't sing.
Neither am I.
You know, but I give it a go, and I give it a try. And they do say practice makes perfect, don't they? So, you know, it's it is something. What would you say then to us new queens and kings that are coming out? What would you say would be your top thing that, you know, we all need to do?
Give it up, because I need the work.
Look, that'd be booking you before me, love. Do you know what I mean?
I would always say, take what you do very seriously, but not yourself seriously.
Yes.
Because when I first started, I took myself very, very seriously, and I came across as very unlikable. You know, I was always, you know, nose in the air and things like that, and I don't think that's the way to go. Oh, somebody else joining us.
Oh.
We're having a threesome.
What's going on there?
I don't know, love. I'm just paid. I'm saying I'm paid. I'm not paid. I'm just sat here looking pretty, smoking a fag, scratching my gash.
Scratching your gash.
It's got to be done. It's got to be done.
Oh dear. Let's have a look and see if we got any other comments. So we've got Brian watching. Brian is a Miss Bridie from Swindon.
Yes, we've spoken.
Another drag mother of mine. A bit greedy. I've got two really. I've got one in Cardiff and one in Swindon. So I do get sort of quite a bit of you know, I got quite a very good support, and that's from all the range. Do you know what I mean? Yourself, Gina, you know, you've all given me, you know, support in what I'm doing, you know, so it's good, and I think there's a very good tight support for drag kings and queens on our scene, and I do, you know, I think that's one thing that is really really good for us all.
Well, we do have quite a varied scene now in Cardiff when it comes to drag.
Yeah,
because obviously there's something different going on everywhere. You know, like Mary's has, you know, we have traditional drag like Amber and Mary and Bev, but then they also have the Hey Mary crew, and some of those look absolutely stunning, bastard. But yeah, and obviously get master over in Pulse now, and
yeah.
I'm unemployed.
We may not be for long, love. We may not be for long. You never know what's happened. They say one door closes and one door opens.
Yes, well, it'll have to be a double door the size of me.
Mind you, it'll have to be a double door for me because I'm actually I'm putting a lot of weight on.
I put on a stone.
Oh, I think I put on 2, to be honest. Yeah, wow. If you could see me now, I won't stand up, but honestly, I put a bit of weight on. And I think it's because I've done nothing for the last 13 weeks, is it 14, something like that?
I don't know, love. I don't do maths, that's why I'm a drag queen.
You do maths when they pay you, though, that's for sure.
Oh, love. No matter how pissed I am, I can always count.
You can. I've been there in the office with you, not like that, but I've been there counting your cash out, and you know.
But there are times I've been overpaid as well, and I've always been honest.
Oh, but see, that's good. That's good.
Well, the thing is, there's no point for the sake of an extra like 30 quid. Why would you do that when you could lose the residency? Do you know what I mean?
That's it. So tell me a little bit about because you still have your residency at Kings in Swansea.
Yeah, I do every Thursday. Well, obviously not now, but I do karaoke in the Kings in Swansea, and I work in Mary's as well, DJing.
Okay, cool. And is there anything else? Is there anything else on the lines, or anything that you've been thinking about that you would like to do, or?
Oh, there may be 1 or 2 things coming up, but I can't say anything at the minute. It's very top secret. But no, I mean, there have been 1 or 2 positives come out of lockdown because obviously we're all doing live videos now. So people that wouldn't necessarily see you in WoW or Mary's or the Kings are watching you now. And I've had quite a few people message me and ask for booking details for after lockdown. So yeah, and there's a few places I haven't been, so I was like, yeah, I'll fucking do that. Do you know what I mean?
And that's good, because I do think like now where you know, like you said, everyone's been doing their live feeds and, you know, doing shows or things like that, and I think it's given people more you can see now. You know, it's like I've seen a lot of drag kings and queens, you know, on live feeds that I probably, like you said, wouldn't go to Liverpool or Leeds or anywhere like that to see them, and I probably would never know them. But now I've been watching them, and yeah, you get to know them, and it's really good. So there's that more circle, you know, that you can actually sort of gain into as well, which is good.
Yeah, I mean, I've sort of, because I do stuff on Drag Diva Lockdown as well, and they have a lot of queens, you know, seasoned queens and new queens. So it's given like younger queens who wouldn't necessarily get the chance to perform a chance to do something.
Yeah.
You know, not all of them have been great, but none of us were when we first started. But
and it's just giving that bit of support, isn't it? It's, you know, I've always said, you know, I have been watching the Drag Diva Lockdown, and I've been seeing some of the queens. They've got very more, you know, they've got very more guts for them to do it than me, because I have been asked, and I was toying with it, but I don't think I'm that right of, you know, that right of audience to gain in yet. Do you know what I mean?
You've got to sort of be ready to do it, because I remember when I was first starting out, Fanny Dazzle was working in WoW and the Golden Cross, and she used to do a show on a Sunday, and she said to me, "Oh, why don't we book you in over there?" I said, "But I haven't got a show, Fan." And she said, "Fair enough." And then it was about 6 months later, I went and did it. I mean, I still didn't have much of a show, but I had more of a fucking idea of what I was doing. But I mean, I'm doing stuff live on the internet is a lot. It is quite difficult because
Yes.
you haven't got an audience to feed off. You've only got the comments going up and down, and like if you're trying to sing or do something, you're trying to read, your mind sort of goes everywhere. So
Have you found that hard doing that? Like when you first decided I'm going to go and do some live, did you find that quite hard with the comments coming up, and you're trying to sort of think, well, what the audience wanting from me at the moment?
It was, well, because the first live I did as Bunny Fur.
Yeah.
Because I just find Bunny Fur easier to do in some ways because I can just get away with a lot more, I think. So the first, I don't know, because I don't really think about it. I just do it. Like when I do Gypsy, I sort of tend to think about it a bit more. So I did Bunny Fur, and then the second week I did Bunny Fur, and I did cooking in the shed, cooking with the kettle.
Oh, I love that. That was fab.
It was fucking disgusting is what it was. You didn't have to eat it. It was fucking foul.
You absolutely made me laugh. I absolutely enjoyed that.
And then I did Gypsy again. I was going to do like Gypsy, Bunny Fur, and thinking back and forth. But I just started to enjoy doing the cabaret bits a bit more. And
yeah.
I was playing with my makeup a lot more, and I was doing a lot more with it, and like I was, pulling like old costumes out, and I was like, oh, I could do something with that, and I was changing things, and it just gave me a bit more. I like a bit of a challenge. I like something to make me think.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I get bored, and then I sort of start to get bored. Then I go to something else. That's why I started doing Bunny Fur, because in the old way I was working like 4 nights a week, and it was just a bit boring. So I thought, what can I do that's completely different to this?
Yeah.
So went and bought a cheap blonde wig, went to Primark, bought some leggings, and Bunny Fur was fucking born.
So tell me a little bit about Bunny Fur. Is she is she really rough as what she's made out?
Oh god, yeah. Well, she's a mixture of 3 people. The personality is Vicky Pollard and Nessa from Gavin and Stacey, and the look. Because when we had Wow Club, there was one of the bouncers was a girl called Bam Bam, blonde girl, and like she's not really chavvy, but she used to dress, sort of like Bunny Fur did. So the look is based on her, and I still talk to Bam Bam to this day, and she loves the fact that Bunny Fur's based on her. So yeah, she's sort of based on 3 people, and just just a lot of. It's sort of the same act, really. It's the same songs. It's just a slightly different voice. And I don't wear any teeth. Do
you feel you can get away with more with Bunny Fur than you do Gypsy?
In a way, it's like because what I used to do in my show, I don't do it as much now. I used to start off as Bunny Fur, and they'd introduce Gypsy Divine. There'd be like this track, and it would like change. So please welcome the Queen of the Asbo, Bunny Fur, Queen for Shaniqua Jackson. And I'd come on. And of course, they'd see me on the poster, and they were like, "What the fuck's going on?" And they were so shocked seeing me dressed up as this fucking chav. They didn't really know what to think. And I used to do about 20 minutes, half an hour as her, and then I used to do a quick change into Gypsy, and then come back on. And they were like, a lot of people would think it's 2 different drag queens. Yeah, but no, it was me.
I absolutely love Bunny Fur. She's just like. I do. I absolutely. I find her really funny, and the same with you, Gypsy. You both characters that you do are very, very professional. You've got it to a T, and
this me drunk.
Gina has said. Gina said, "Our lovely Gina." She said, "What's your favourite song to sing?"
My favourite song to sing. My favourite song to sing is Oi Mush.
Did he what?
Oi Mush.
Oi Mush.
Oi Mush.
Oh, I love that song. Yeah, I love that song.
It was written by a guy in Swansea called Paul Allen years ago. We're going back about 18 years ago. And it was like really, really, really popular in Swansea. And I started doing it about 10 years ago. So I had the backing track made, and I thought people wouldn't remember it or they wouldn't know Outside Swansea, but everybody knows that song. Everybody in Wales knows that song anyway.
I can say we've got a couple of comments that a few people are going, "Oi mush." So they know it's one of your favourite songs.
Well, no, people either, when they see me, they either go "Oi mush" or they go "Booze." Fucking hell.
What made you come up with your little? Where did you come up with your little boosh?
I don't know. I don't know. I started doing videos, and I think I just did it once. I really don't know. I did it once, and then people just kept commenting it, so I just started doing it every time. And it's just one of those things. It's like jaunty. It was just a word I liked, and I just kept using it. And then Joanna Bummy was. We had an argument because she said she was using it first, and I was like, "Well, you may have used it first, love, but I made it fucking popular, so fuck off."
Oh dear. So Joanna's back. I've got Joanna not next week, the week after. So yeah, I've got Mary Goals next week, and then Joanna, and then I've got Miss Kitty who will be interviewing me for change.
Oh, love. Let's hope she's sober.
Yeah.
She tends to slur a lot when she's had a drink to her kit. She thinks she's fine.
What's one of your embarrassing things that you've done on stage?
I've done fucking loads, love. I always be pissed I can't remember. The one thing I did, like when I first started in WoW, I wouldn't drink when I was doing drag. I know, shock horror. I used to say, I don't drink and drag. I don't drink and drag. And
what?
No, I didn't. I wouldn't drink. And it was on a Sunday. I'd finished, and Kit and Mars were like, "We'll get her to drink. We'll get her to drink. Now we can't have this." It took about 3 weeks. So I stayed on. I was still in full drag, and I was a bit, I wasn't sucking dick. I was just a bit pissed. And whatever song they did, just like get up on the bar. So I fucking full drag. I got up on the bar. Well, got up into the stool, went to go up in the bar, and fucking fell face down into the floor. My fucking wig came off. I was humiliated. But there's been loads of things. I just can't remember them, to be honest, because I'm normally pissed. I always embarrass myself, but I just don't give a fuck anymore.
It's all a bit of a part of fun, isn't it? I think that's really your character as well. Is comedy, is your character, that's you.
Make sure
Oh, someone's coming out.
I always try to make it funny. I don't always succeed, but I always try.
Oh, you do. And I've seen people come out of the pubs laughing and saying, "Oh, she's absolutely fantastic up there, Gypsy," and so yeah. It's your drag is very, very spot on. I think the look, your comedy. I know you say you can't sing, but you can sing more than me. But you do it. You just get in and you just do it.
My singing. I mean, I'll say this myself. My singing has got better.
Yeah.
And I hate singing. I don't enjoy singing at all. But like in Cardiff, when I first started, it was all live. You had to be live.
Yeah.
And I got more into singing, and my singing's got better since I've been doing karaoke in Swansea, because obviously when you host it, you've got to sing things, and it sort of pushed me to try new songs. Like I would never have fucking done Dance Monkey before, but there's a girl, Elena, when she fucking sings it all the time. And I was like, I'm gonna have a go with that, and I was like, I didn't do that bad actually. And then we'd sing it together, and then it's like, oh, I'll try this and I'll try that, especially if it was quiet. And so yeah, so I'm more confident with it now, but I still I don't enjoy singing.
Well, I've had a go, and it's one of those things that I do it, and Kitty sort of forced me to get in and doing it when we were doing the flawless competition. I was very nervous the first time, but I think it's just something that I've got to try and learn. Like you say, there's nothing wrong with lip syncing. But a lot of people do prefer live singing, I think. If they're going to see a drag queen, they like to hear them sing live and stuff like that. So,
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of well, miming, I call it, because I'm old school. I'm not a huge fan of that. I enjoyed like the old school queens doing it.
Yeah.
Like Lizzie Drip, Titular Camp, Pam Katz, you know, and it's all like the old, you know, British humour, you know, when they do Diana Ross and the arms get longer, and then you've got Dolly Parton with the tits.
Yeah, no, I call that like old drag. To me,
it's a bit pantomime-y.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, it's the old style that I prefer. You know, it's like I'll go to Ricky's or Sparkles, and they do all that in Gran Canaria, and I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it, and you know, they're all doing it, and it's just fab. I really love it, and I get what you mean there. It's what I call it old school, because I'm old school. I'm 43. You know, so
it is that right. That's what I would call traditional British drag.
Yes, yeah. Let's have a look and see who else we got. We've got Paul Simons. He said hello both. How are we? Hello there, Paul. All right there, Paul. We got Gary Claridge watching. Good evening.
Evening, Gail.
Sandra, she's put Gypsy is my favourite queen. There you go, you got a lot. Yeah.
Sandra Huxtable.
Queen. End of a peer drag.
Yeah.
Ina's put end of a peer drag.
Yeah, meaning like the old school drag, end of the year, sort of summer, you know, like summer shows back in the 60s and things like that.
Yeah, that's it. That's yeah. I see. Let's have a look and see what what's your favourite drink to drink?
Vodka.
Vodka.
Well, if I'm, you know, in the UK, it's vodka. If I go on holiday, it's Disaronno and Coke.
Do you find that's like, is that because when you're on holiday, it's more of a drink that you like to drink on holiday?
Well, the thing is with me, and people may not fucking believe this because, you know, they see me as a raging alcoholic, but I don't drink a lot. Only when I'm working. I mean, like, I don't drink at home. I mean, this doesn't count because I'm in the sheds, but like if I'm at home, I don't drink. And if I go away on holiday, if I go for like a relaxing holiday, I don't really drink. I'll have a couple in the night, but I don't drink because I'm there to relax. I'm not there to have a hangover. But then when there was a few of us, last October went to Benidorm, there was me, Amber, Cara, Ruby, Ella, Joanna, and our friend Joe. And that was 4 nights of just drinking and, you know, being a bit of a fucking slag. And I loved it.
Did you, Paul?
Oh, love. She was fucking in and out of all the fucking dark rooms. She was a right slag.
Did you go into that? It looks like an army place. I don't know what it's called. I've been in there a couple of times myself when I went to Benidorm.
In the old town.
In Old Town. It's like got an army. I didn't realise there was things going on in the background, so I just went in. I thought it was a bit of a, you know, a leather bear bar sort of thing. And when I sat down on the thing, I actually fell through the netting, so I ended up in the other side. And as I ended up lying at the back, I looked up and I saw these men having I was like, oh my god! I was like, quick, get me out!
I think you're on about the bear bar because when we went in there was 5 or 6 of us, and there was nobody in there. So I was like, what's from the corner? And there's like corridors, and there's like a sling, and there's this, that, and the other. Well, we're all pissed, and we're just running around. You're swinging in the sling. They asked us to leave. Bearing in mind, there was nobody in there, but they asked us to leave, or, you know, shut the fuck up. So we shut the fuck up, finished our drink, then we left. But yeah, I had so much fun. Because I'd never been on like a girls' holiday before. It's always been like relaxing holidays. And I had so much fun. So much fun.
And you'll go again, I'm sure.
Well, we were going to go this year, but obviously Miss Rona fucking happened. So yeah, we didn't go. So it'll be next year now, hopefully.
Have you been to Gran Canaria?
No, I never wanted to go. But then again, I never wanted to go to Benidorm. So I wouldn't go during Pride. It'd be too busy for me, and you know, too full of gays for me, love.
It is busy, and it is, you know, I prefer Winter Pride because, and I know this sounds really bad, but you don't get as many young young'uns there.
Yeah.
It's very more young. I just feel like the winter pride is very much more sophisticated a little bit and probably be more my age.
Yeah, I wouldn't go during a pride because it would be far too busy for me, and I can't. It's like with any pride over here. It's like I enjoy working the field.
Yeah,
because normally backstage and like obviously we're all friends. We all have our fallouts and things like that, but we all get along mainly, and we just laugh and we have a drink, and then we work. But I wouldn't necessarily go out in a pride because it's just too busy for me. I'm at that age now. I'm too old. Do you know what I mean? Like if I'm working, I know I can get served. I know people will fucking get out of my way. I'm fine. Do you know what I mean? And if they don't, fucking kick them. But I don't go out as a boy that often, and like when I do, people don't tend to recognize me, so I'm just like fighting through. So
do you find do you find your personality from your drag to being you, Lee? Do you find that crosses over sometimes, or can you
when I'm a boy, like when I'm sober, I can be very, very quiet. People always think there's something wrong, but I just tend to sort of listen. And then the more drunk I get, the more Gypsy comes out. And I sort of forget sometimes I'm not in drag. And like, you can get away with quite a lot when you dress like this. But when you're just, a fat 40-year-old fucking calling somebody a cunt, they tend to get offended. The amount of times I've been there and Kitty's just stood, watched and fucking laughed at me because, people are trying to talk to him. It's like, I'm not working. I don't have to talk to you. And I fucking walked off.
Do you when you're out and you are Lee, do you prefer people to call you by your first name, or and everybody is calling me Etta. Doesn't matter whether I'm in drag or not. It seems to be now Etta. It's like Kitty when she's not in drag is Kitty. Does that bother you much, or you think, oh no, that's fine?
Because I've been called Gypsy so long, like nobody uses my real name, and when somebody does, I find it strange.
You feel like you're being told off?
No, I've been told off many times by the lovely Vicky. No, it's weird. I think it's because like has met me as Gypsy. I prefer to be called Gypsy, unless because there is a divide. It's like this is your work life and like your scene life, and then you've got your own little private life. Do you know what I mean? And like Lee's my little private life. I mean, even my close friends don't call me Lee; they call me Gypsy.
Yeah.
And like every now and it all depends. Like I always call Kitty Kitty. I never call Kitty Christian.
No,
or
I don't.
But then like Cara Von Sight, because I met him first as Carlos, even though Cara is one of my drag sisters and one of my best friends, it's always Carlos.
Yeah.
Because I met him as Carlos first. And there's other queens I met before they've done drag, and I always use their real name. It's weird. It's weird. It's
like someone said to me the other day, we were talking about Marcia, and there was a gentleman just outside the road, and I said, oh yeah, Marcia. I said, and he went, Marcia? And I went, yeah, Marcia. And he went, you mean Mark? And I went, no, she's Marcia. Do you know what I mean? It's just not true. It's Marcia. That's it. It's just,
different people sort of know us as different things. But like, if you call me Lee when I'm out, I won't answer you. Because I don't realise you're talking to me.
I just call you oi, mush.
Yeah. Cunt, slag.
What's going on?
The only people that call me Lee is my mum and my family. And that's the only. I mean, even when I was in a relationship, we never used our names. It was always babe or love. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. That is, isn't it? That's when you're in a relationship, after a while, you start calling them the first name, but then after that, it's babe or love. It's
and then when it ends, it's normally cunt.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
If they still speak to
you. What sort of support do you get from your family?
I mean, my mum and my brothers are great. I mean, they've never seen me, as in never come to see a show, and I wouldn't allow my mother to come and see me do a show because my mother's quite she doesn't like swearing, so she wouldn't like what I do.
Frankie should be at the door. She'd be out the door and have you over her knee. That's what it'd be.
No need for that. There was no need for that. I did a student film about 8 years ago. It was myself and Jolene Dover, and I played like the older drag queen. So I showed it. It was only like 10 minutes long. So I showed it to my mum, and I was quite proud because it's like the first sort of acting thing I'd ever done. And I went, "What do you think, my mum?" She went, "Oh, it's all right, bit boring." I was like, "Thanks, cheers." But then, you know, there's other members of my family. I mean, all my family know. Like my Auntie Pam, who lives up the road, she's on my Facebook and she loves it.
Oh, good. So you've got a good support then as well, and with all your friends as well, sort of doing drag as well. That's
yeah. I've always had great support from my friends, and you know, like when I first started in WoW, I started working with Moan a lot. We didn't like each other when we first started, because we thought we were giving each other pissy looks, and I was like, "No, this is just my face, babe. This is just the way I look." I like Mona can sing, so she's always like try and teach me how to do things, you know. And but yeah, I've had some great support over the years. And you know, Kit and Arse and Pix, they've all helped me over the years. So good. Yeah, it's been great.
Good. Sandra said, I think when you're Lee, you're very shy.
I am very quiet when I'm me.
Do you think
it's especially if I don't know you that well, then I am very quiet.
Yeah.
But as soon as I know you, then you know,
yeah,
this monstrosity comes out.
Let's have a look. Oh, we got Randy Candy watching. Hello, love. How are we?
Oh, the former chocolate wow, love. Hello.
How are we? She's just come all back out now, hasn't she? Oh, Randy, I did a little interview with her a couple of weeks ago.
She has, love.
Absolutely fabulous. Let's have a look. Who would you like to work with that you haven't worked with?
Would I like to work with? I don't know. I mean, there's not people that's like, oh, I'd love to work with her. Because you know, like most of the people I've worked with when I've gone away, they've all been great. Do you know what I mean? I've never gone to a venue when the Queen's been a cunt. And vice versa, like when Queens come to your venue, I think you've got to be nice because they're coming into a venue they don't necessarily know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
there's no one sort of sticks out in your mind and think, oh, I'd like to go and work with them, or
no, not really. No. I mean, I'll work. Love, the fucking money's there. I'd work with fucking Hitler, love. I'd work with fucking Hitler.
You'll work with Hitler.
As Lily Savage once said, I'd fucking join the Gestapo for that, love.
Oh dear. Let's have a look and see. Let's have a look. Have you been in any competition? And how well did you do?
No.
You've not been in no competition?
No. I mean, like when I first started, there weren't really competition. The only competition really was Drag Idol, the national competition. You know, they didn't have a competitions like they have now. But no, I've I don't think I'd be very good in competition. I've applied for the UK Drag Race.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, well, I did the first part of the audition for the first series, and then I couldn't be bothered to do the second part. And then this time, I filled out the application form, but I was drunk. And
what did you put?
Well, it was like, describe why you're, you know, the UK's next top drag queen. I just wrote jaunty. And I think I put my email address down wrong because I was pissed. Well, that's my issue, because everybody I knew had a fucking, you know, email back apart from me and Dixie Normus. But they tracked Dixie down through their Facebook and said, oh, your email's not working. Now, I never had that. So I'm just, maybe they thought, they looked at me and went, no, we're all right, love. We're all right.
Bless you. So if any competitions did come up, would you do them, or you just not that sort of?
No,
I
wouldn't. It's not my thing. I'm not. Well, I don't like to put myself into competitive situations because I don't see the point in it. But yeah, I can be very competitive. So I think it brings out the worst in me. So I don't put myself in that situation. But like, you know, chance to be on, you know, BBC Three on fucking online love. Should have a little go.
I think you do well though.
It's not even fucking proper telly love. It's on the internet. Do you know what I mean?
It's because they haven't got commission for a prize money. They got like a RuPaul badge, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing in America. Everything's sponsored. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And because it's on the BBC, they don't do sponsorships. If it was on like ITV or thing, they'd end up probably be sponsored by fucking Foxy Bingo or something. Do you know what I mean? Fucking Greg's or something like that. Something fucking stupid.
I sponsor. They can sponsor me anytime. Greg's can.
Oh, if it was sponsored by Greg's, fucking Miss Penny from Birmingham would be fucking straight on there. She loves a Greg sausage roll.
Let's have a look. What would your dream be in like doing drag? What is your ideal dream would be?
I haven't really got one. I'm sort of, in a way, I never thought I'd do it. Well, I never thought I would do it. I just thought I'd just fucking dress up every now and then. I never thought I would perform. And like, I'm doing that now. So I'm happy. I mean, you know, as long as I'm getting paid, I don't need, you know, I mean, fame and money is nice.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of shit that comes with that as well. Do you know what I mean? Being, you know, being known but not being like super well known, you can get away with a lot more. Do you know what I mean? Like when you're being on the Drag Race and shit like that, you're under a microscope, and the people that watch it, like a lot of the fans, are cunts, are absolute evil little fuckers. And there's always some sort of drama going on, and people are saying this and people are saying that. You know, it's like, I mean, you know, in the scene where we work now, there's always a bit of bitchiness going on between us. So we've all got something to say about somebody. Do you know what I mean? But it's just that. It's just a bit of bitch, going on there. We'd see each other. We'll have it out. We'll argue. We may not talk, but we'll end up, you know. But you think that's magnified even more because it's all over social media and this, that, and the other. Sometimes is it worth it? Do you know what I mean? I think you've got to be a certain type of a person. I think if it happened to me, after a while, I just go, fuck it, I can't be asked.
Yeah.
I can't be asked with all the fucking arseholes. Because I know I'd sort of hold my tongue for a while, and then I just end up going, shut the fuck up. And it'd be like, it won't be any of this, you know, no tea, no shade. No, you're
what did they call it? You're giving a Swansea, what is it, a Swansea slap?
A Swansea slap? Well, it's just like a fucking Edinburgh kiss, isn't it? It's just a fucking headbutt.
I could just see you on Prime TV and you're having an argument with someone else and you'll be like, right, that's it, I'm done. Boosh.
I would never hit anybody. I fight with this, not with that. Do you know what I mean? But I would just like, and like all the RuPaulisms, I think they work great when you're in America and you're like, no tea, no shade, and you know, step your pussy up and all that. But I think when you're saying it and you've got a fucking Birmingham accent or you're from fucking Yorkshire, it just sounds a bit naff. Do you know what I mean? And that's not really what I think. I think sometimes British drag is trying to be too American, especially a lot of the younger queens, because they see it and they sort of think that's what it is. Whereas British drag is so eclectic, you know. And I just think you just need to be your own creation, not try and copy what you see on TV.
And that's it. Yeah, I absolutely agree. It's, you know, you've got to find your own little thing. It's all very well people watching RuPaul, and you know, I find we've only had one season in the UK, but I actually preferred the UK one than I did the American. You know, don't get me wrong, I do watch RuPaul and I watch the American one, but sometimes I get there and I just think, you know, drama, you know, where
I tend to skip through it now.
Yeah, I sort of get back to the bits where I want to see and the outfit.
I skip to the challenge, the runway, and then see what RuPaul is wearing, and then I'm done there. See who goes home. But like the UK one, I watch all.
But with RuPaul, you see, I got told that he doesn't do his own makeup.
No, he hasn't done for years.
That's like, you know.
But I mean, I'm sure he used to years and years ago, but like his face was done by Matthew Anderson and his hair was done by Matthew Anderson for years. Fucking such a talented man. And then nobody really sort of knows what happened. I mean, they say there was an argument, and I think he's ill. And then Raven took over doing his face, and Delta Works started doing his wigs, which weren't that good. But then he's got somebody else doing his wigs now, who did his wigs on AJ and the Queen, I believe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So yeah, he's sort of RuPaul now is just sort of like picked up and put into drag by other people.
Perfect. But I could do with someone like that. Just pick me up, put me in drag, and I'm off I go.
You know, he's not fucking hot gluing shit to himself or fucking cutting up a board to make a fucking hat, you know, struggling with his own fucking zip. He's literally fucking face is done, pick you up, put you in, away you fucking go.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's it.
If that's the way you can do it and it works for you, you crack on, love. But you know, it does come to someone, you know, he's like judging people's makeup and this, that, and the other, and he doesn't even do his own.
And that's it. That's that's the only thing now, because someone told me that. I can't get that out of my mind because he's obviously criticizing some of the girls that are on there and stuff. And I just think, well, don't do your own makeup and you don't style your own wig. So, you know, it's a bit, you know.
I mean, I don't style my own wigs, love, but you know.
Well, no, neither do I. I buy mine. It's easier. It's, you know, save a little bit of money up, buy it, and it's already done. Like this one, you know, it's you know.
Who's that by?
Sorry?
Who's that wig by?
Brenda LeBeau. Brenda LeBeau wig. I know. Fab. I love it. Didn't have any problem.
My eyelashes are from Brenda.
Your eyelashes are from Brenda. I've got some eyelashes from Bling 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 UK. But I use those more as my special ones. I've got these little cheap ones for now when I'm doing things like this. So, because when I'm just doing, doing live feeds, you don't want to spend too much anyway. And plus, I'm, you know, I've got to think of my money. Oh, you're stored?
You are?
Oh, I thought you were stored. I thought you stored.
No.
Let's have a look and see if we got any. Etta, that wig is stunning. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sandra. James Hacker's on. Hello there, James.
Hello.
You've met James, haven't you?
Possibly.
My friend has got no hair but bald. Very good looking.
Oh, is he the one with the two golden retrievers or Labradors?
No, that's Dave.
Oh, he's lovely.
That's Dave.
Is it? Oh, I don't know.
So is there anyone on the scene that you've got your eye on at the moment then, Gyps?
Everyone. Everyone.
Everyone. Is it that bad in lockdown?
My fanny is biting my leg off. The fucking elephant man could offer me a fucking wank and I would say yes.
Oh, have you been struggling a little bit in lockdown?
Not normally, but like lately, because like it's been hot weather. Honestly, I'm just like, you know, rubbing my arse on the floor and screaming. By the time I come out of lockdown, my fucking left arm's gonna look like Popeye.
Have you had your grinder on there?
Oh yeah, every now and then. It's normally when I'm pissed I go on Grindr. And I just say stupid fucking shit, and they're like, "Oh, what you into?" And I say Kylie and fucking Irish country dancer, and they tend to block me. Somebody the thing is, I mean, I'm 40. In my head, I'm still fucking 16. And like this fucking twink, who was like fucking 90, messaged me. He was like, "Hey," I was like, "Hello." He said, "Oh, I'm looking for a sugar daddy." I went, "Oh, me too. I'm skint." And he fucking blocked me. And then when I try to be serious, they're having none of it. So I can't fucking win. And my favourite thing to do at the minute when I'm drunk is to go through Facebook. And when somebody goes, "What's the first thing you're going to do after lockdown?" I just write "you." I just try and make like shitty comments. I'm just giggling to myself like a little fucking child.
Oh dear. But I do think we all think like that though. I'm 43, but I still think that sometimes I still think I'm like 17, 18 inside. You know, it's like, and I think you've got to keep that. You've got to keep that little mindset a little bit, because if you don't, then I think we'll end up being older than what we are. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but
no, carry on. Sorry.
To me, I look back, you know, at my school years and stuff like that, and I had a horrible school year. I hated school. I was bullied. It was awful. Now I look back at all the people that I used to go to school with, and I think they're all married. They've all got kids, and I think to myself, well, I'm quite lucky, really. I'm not married. You know, I've got a boyfriend. I enjoy what I'm doing. I love working in the bars. You know, I love doing this. It's given me something extra to do. And I think if I had the normal life, as they say, and I got married and had kids, I think I'd be older than I am now.
Yeah, I mean, just me having a fucking dog has aged me, to be honest, because she's a little fucker. And I don't know many people that I went to school with. There's the odd one still on Facebook, and we chat every now and then. But like, school wasn't a great time for me because I was always so quiet, even though I was, 6'2" and built like a brick shit fat fucker. I was always, I was bullied, but I was never physically bullied. It was always name calling, and like I'd always be the quiet one.
See, a lot of mine was name calling because I had long hair and I was very different to, the normal child, I suppose, that you get in a secondary school, and I didn't like games. I fancied the PE teacher more than anything, he was gorgeous. I was like that. I was, I was 14, 15. I was like, oh, hello, but I didn't like games, didn't enjoy it. And I skived a lot because I just hated school because I used to get names called at me. But I have now sort of realised that actually a couple of those people that used to call me names are actually gay themselves now. So you see?
Yeah, I mean, I've had, going back years ago, I've had interactions with people who used to bully me in school. Like, hi, how are you? And I'm like, why don't you fuck off?
Yeah.
And they were sort of so shocked because I sort of found my voice. I said, you made my life a fucking living hell. Oh, but we were kids. I was like, yeah, I know kids can be cunts, but you were a cunt.
Yeah.
And they're always sort of taken aback. And I just walk away. I just don't give a fuck anymore. I really don't give a fuck.
Yeah. And I think I got to that stage as well. I just think, even now I'm hearing different things, yes, WoW is closed down. We won't be going back to where we were. But as I say, one door closes, one door opens. But I am actually very surprised that there's a lot of people that you see on their Snapchats and different things and saying sort of, probably not nasty stuff, but, little digs. And I think there's no need for it. There is no need for all that, We're supposed to be a scene and, everyone's supposed to be supporting each other, especially now, because I don't think that, we probably won't be the only bar back. I think there'll be other bars that will probably follow in suit that won't come back. And I don't just mean any of the gay bars. I mean bars in town in general.
Well, and the thing is, the way they're bringing it back, obviously, England start this week, but you can only have like a maximum of 30 people. When you think you've got to pay your rent, your rates, your electric, your staff, alcohol, everything,
and there's no entertainment at the moment, no music, no DJs. It to me, it's just it's going to be a Weatherspoons pub for most of pubs at the moment,
Yeah.
And people go out to enjoy, they come out to see, drag kings, queens, live bands. I think it's going to be very difficult for a while. And here in Wales, he's not announced, the minister hasn't announced when bars and restaurants are going to open, because I think he's going to be very, very cautious and look at how England reacts first.
Well, I think that's the same with Scotland and Ireland as well, because obviously they haven't lifted the restrictions as much as England have.
Yeah.
In
Ireland, I think you're only allowed in a pub for 90 minutes, then you've got to go.
I didn't realise they'd opened the pubs in Ireland.
Yeah, well, I believe they open them in 2 weeks, or they might have opened them now. I'm not quite sure. But I have heard that, or I did see on the news, that you can only be in a pub for 90 minutes, then you've got to go out.
I've seen something like that online, and like, I don't know, you're allowed to.
Well, I think I think here in Wales, the minister, he's going to announce that pubs with gardens can open because it will be outside space only.
Yeah.
So there'll be no going in for a while. So I do think he's watching to see how England reacts first.
I do as well. Like, I've seen a lot. I know people are getting frustrated and they just want to get back to normal. But at the same time, I think it's better to be cautious and see what happens than rather going in too soon and then we're just in fucking lockdown again. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
For an even longer period. So,
well, look at Leicester. Leicester at the moment now is in a local lockdown. You know, it will. I think that will then have a knock-on effect on a few other places. So I do think he's doing the right thing in a way. I know it's frustrating for us all, but I think he's doing it step by step, slowly by slowly.
I know, but at the same time, it's like people are like, oh, I can't. You know, when's this going to be? This, that, and the other. All you've been asked to do is stay at home.
Yes.
You haven't got to go to war. You haven't got to fight for your country. You know, nobody's put a fucking gun in your hand. You've got to stay at home.
Can you imagine me and you going off to war looking like this?
I'd be fucked, love. I'd be fucked. I'd be the cannon fodder. It's like, send the fat one. Send the fat one. You know, because we can't run. But yeah, I mean, when people moan, I just want to say, you've been asked to stay at home. You've got fucking internet. You've got the world at your fucking fingertips. There's stuff you can do. You can learn a new fucking skill online. You can learn a new fucking language. Do you know what I mean? You could take the time to learn a new skill. I mean, I have. And I've sat on my fucking ass and just sewn and like done some fucking lives, you know, and like done things like that. I mean, I'm quite happy. Like I said, I was born to be a fucking hermit. I like my own company, but it is getting to me a bit now. And you know,
it's that little bit of social contact that I am probably a little bit of a social butterfly. You know, Paul comes down every weekend. We go out. We go to the Golden Mary's. Wow, you know, and I just think at the moment I haven't had that social contact. I've been with Gary. He, you know, obviously Gary's lives with me anyway. But you know, being 14 weeks with just Gary, you know, surprised I've not had a new patio built yet.
That's enough for anyone, love.
You know, but
you know, I've seen my friends, you know, social distance. We've gone for walks and stuff because, you know, we do need that interaction. But then, you know, you see people who just like fucking. I've seen it all over Snapchat ever since lockdown began, and they're fucking partying and partying and partying. It's like,
yeah. You know, I live in Splot. I live in Splot. There's loads of them around it, and I'm sure the pub across the road has been having people in now and then. You know.
Well, when VED was going on, like where I lived, there were loads of street parties, and they were all in their gardens to start off with. As soon as they got pissed, they were dancing in the middle of the road. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't go because I'm responsible and nobody invited me.
Oh, I would have invited you.
I wouldn't have come. Love, couldn't be asked. Rather stay in and watch Netflix.
So how is Swansea now? They've sort of lifted non-essential shops. Have you been out at all, or are you just not really that interested?
I mean, I went to town last week because I wanted to go to the fabric shop and like pick a few little bits up. I mean, it wasn't, you know, there were people. It wasn't rammed, and like, you know, I think we had to queue to get into one place, and that was Poundland, and literally that was like 2 seconds.
They've been open through all this, haven't they?
Well, I didn't bother going. I went into town because I had to put some money in the bank, and I was like, "Oh, we'll go and have a little look around." Right? I haven't bothered going into town. The only places I've been to, like I've been shopping to Lidl and Sainsbury's, and then Home Bargains and Pound Stretcher, because they're all in the same thing. I didn't go to B&M because the queue was always fucking massive, and I just can't be arsed waiting.
Oh, I know. When I knew B&M was open, I was like, I'll go and have a little look because there's a couple of bits I really need and I can get them from B&M. I got down there and the queue was massive. I was like, I ain't hanging around with that, love.
Well, in Swansea, we got Park Towie, and there's Sainsbury's, and then there's like some restaurants, and then there's Iceland, and then there's B&M, and then over there's Lidl, and there's Palm Foods now, marvellous, Pound Stretch and Home Bargains. So it's all like, it's like sort of mini industrial estate in town. But yeah, they've all been open, but like B&M, the queue was always massive, so I haven't been in there in ages, and I love going in B&M.
I love B&M too, but it's just the queue. I just think, oh my god, I ain't hanging around with all that. You know what I mean?
Especially if you to get into fucking Lidl. I was like, oh, I've done my queue now, fucker.
Yeah, that's it. Oh dear. So has Swansea done the same as what they've done here? They've got these nice little yellow markers on the floor and little people telling you 2 meters distance apart and arrows on the floor. And no, we got that here, but no one takes a blind bit of notice.
I've seen it on Facebook, but I didn't see it in Swansea anyway. I didn't notice it.
Honestly, I just, I've been into town and, I just found I was getting frustrated with, with people. And you're going down one way. So there's one way down, one way back. You've got nice little roundabouts that you can, like, if you want to go over to Zara, but you're over by Next, you can go and follow it, get a little roundabout, go around the roundabout and go across the road. Fine. But people just are not taking any notice. They walk towards you when you're supposed to be walking the opposite way. They just walk anywhere they like. So no point. No point. I just think it's James, strong word. Evening, Queens. Fabulous, both of you looking tonight. I can't wait to see you in Cardiff again, Gypsy Divine. There we go. See, very popular. You're very popular. A lot of people, like I said, everybody says to me, Gypsy, have you seen Gypsy? I'm like, yeah, she's inside. You're very popular, love.
It's just because I'm an alcoholic. That's what it is. Just because I'm drunk.
So, have you ever done anything, sexual in drag?
Yes.
Oh, who with?
I don't know. I can't remember the names of.
Now, was it in the WoW toilets or was it somewhere else?
No, possibly
behind the biffa bin.
Yes. Oh, love, we've all done fucking stuff we shouldn't have done. Do you know what I mean? I mean, well, we are talking years ago. Do you know what I mean? But yeah. I've never deliberately got dressed up for a bit of fucking oochie cooch. I wouldn't do that.
Oh no, you wouldn't like.
No.
Well, if they offered
me, maybe. Told you, love. I joined the Gestapo for that. Fuck it.
Oh,
they offered me enough, I would do it, love.
So, how's your furlough Fridays going with Gino? What's been happening with your furlough Fridays?
Oh, they've been going okay. It's weird trying to do this online, and and when you're singing, like especially like with streaming or any streaming service, it sort of fights because you've got the music in the background. It sort of tries to cancel it out, so you can hear your voice, so you can't really get it. Things. It's been a bit strange, but it seemed to have worked. People seem to have enjoyed it. Good.
And do you think going forward, the live streams that we're all doing at the moment, do you think they will carry on for a while?
I think they will, because obviously Queens can't go back to work yet. Like I said, like this weekend, people who would normally view the figures may go down because people are out. But I think this weekend, I don't think as many people are going to be rushing to go out, because I think they're going to think, oh, it's going to be ridiculous.
I think they're going to be very cautious. I think for a while, you're going to get some that just want to get straight to the bar and to the pubs, and that have missed it, and that's understandable. But I think you are going to get a majority that are going to be very cautious and probably wait until probably next weekend or something, when things have died down a little bit.
I think as well, like a lot of people now, because they're used to, because obviously we're doing everything online, all the shows are online, and there's going to be no entertainment. I think a lot of people would rather stay in and drink,
yes,
and watch the lives, because there are quite a lot of people that watch me every week, and they're fucking there, they're having their fucking sucking dicks, they're doing whatever they're fucking doing, and living their best lockdown life. So yeah, but I mean, the live stream entertainment, I think, is going to go on for a little while longer.
Yeah,
because there's going to be no entertainment in bars, because they're trying to. The reason they haven't got entertainment is to stop people getting too pissed and dancing and stop them enjoying themselves too much, because once you're drunk and you're enjoying yourself, you're a dickhead and you don't give a fuck about 2 meter rules and shit like
Exactly,
that. So.
exactly, and it's just being a bit cautious, isn't it? So we understand it's not a great thing, to be in.
No.
Like yourself and Gina and Kitty, and it's not a great thing to be in. But I think going forward a little bit, I think like Kitty, she's mentioned that she's up for doing garden parties and things like that. So I think those sort of things are going to come into it a little bit. That you'll go on the road a little bit more
for those. I mean, like, I don't think I would get booked for those, because I'm very adult, and my language and open air doesn't really mix. Do you know what I mean? Unless it's a secluded garden somewhere where there's no neighbours, then fair enough. But
in the middle of a field where there's no one.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, that's swearing is the majority of my show. Not just,
yes.
I mean, I can do a show without swearing, but then a lot of my comedy songs, like I Mush, and there's ones about sex and this, that, and the other, you can't really do those open air, especially if there's kids around.
Yes, yeah.
And it's like, if I get booked for private parties, I always say to them, are there going to be kids there? Because if they are, I won't take the booking. Because there've been bookings, I've said, right, no kids, and they've seen me, they know what my show is, and I've gone there, and there's kids everywhere.
How do you deal with that though, when they booked you and you got kids there, and so you're like, right, I've got to change my, you thought you planned out your show, what you're going to do, and then you get there and there's all these kids, and you're like, I've got to change my show now.
Well, they'll always turn around and say, oh, it's fine, they've heard worse, and it's like, oh, they've heard jokes about rimming then, have they? Lovely. And it's sort of, at the end of the day, you booked a drag queen, not a fucking children's entertainer. Do you know what I mean? But you
don't want to be out there blowing blooms up and making them into animals.
Yeah. Ruby Slippers does that though in her act. She does a bloom.
Oh, does she? Oh, I've not seen her do that.
She does.
I've not seen her do that.
Oh. I mean, I just sort of pull it back, and I change certain words and songs and things like that. But now I tell them, if there's going to be kids there, I won't take the booking. And if I arrive and there's kids there, they either go or I do.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you've booked a drag queen, not fucking Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
You
haven't gone there to give them a spoonful of sugar.
Yeah. Spoonful of catnip.
Yeah.
My show is an adult show. It's not for kids. So, yeah.
Sandra says she prefers home bargains as well. There we go. I think a lot of people.
I prefer B&M to home bargains.
She prefers home bargains. The colour looks amazing on you, Gypsy. That's from Mike Burgess, Nikki Burgess. Sorry.
Thank you, Nikki.
So yeah, the colours do suit you because I love the hat and all the colours that you do. They always they really, really suit you.
Thank you. Red doesn't suit me really.
No.
I love. It's like, I've got a few things in red, but it doesn't really suit me.
Oh, I love red. Blue and red are my favourite sort of thing. What's going on there?
Oh, fuck. It's the CIA, love.
I know. Probably keeping an eye on me to see what's going on. Love you, Rhiannon Williams.
Oh, hi, Rhiannon.
Love you, Gypsy.
Never buy your wife a bottle of wine when she was in WoW, type bastard.
She's put, love you, Gypsy. You've made lockdown so much bearable. There we go.
Thank you.
And I think a lot of people have done that, haven't they? The Golden and, like Mary and Joanna, they've been doing things during each day. Gina, yourself, even me, even Amber has done a few things as well on live, and Ruby, and so I think it has really, really kept everyone a little bit sort of entertained, isn't it?
Well, I've had quite a few messages. I'm always sort of shocked and taken aback by them saying, I've been in a dark place during lockdown, and like watching you has really helped me, and I look forward to watching you, and I'm like, I'm just sitting in my shed drinking and fucking singing songs and saying bastard a lot. Do you know what I mean? I don't think you realise sometimes how it helps people to sort of what's the word I'm looking for? To live a little bit of a fantasy and just get taken away for an hour or so. But I've
Yeah.
had quite a few messages like that, and I'm always like, really?
You know,
Really?
I've always said, even when I first started doing this, I had a few people say, well, is Etta going to do anything, and then I was like, oh, I don't, I've not really thought about it, because I would have just popped her back in the wardrobe and left her there until we all come out of lockdown. And then, a few of my friends, sort of Sharon and Julie, and, a few sort of people were saying, and Paul was saying to me, well, no, do something, can, do something once a week or something. So then I was playing on it, and then I come up with this talk time, and I come up with a Sunday show. So, and I always think if I put one smile on a smile on one person's face, then I've done my job, really.
I mean, I wasn't going to do a live. I wasn't going to do lives in the beginning. I thought, no, I'm going to have some fucking time off away from drag. And it was like 2 weeks into it, and I was like, oh no, I really want to. I was starting to miss it.
Yes.
So I thought, fuck it, just do one every now and then. And I was like, I'll do it every week, and people seem to enjoy it. And it gives you an ego boost and a confidence boost. And you're like, right, I got to do it. And I tried to put some new stuff in every week, but then the people that watch me every week, I'm like, right, what do you want then? And then they're like, oh, I want Dance Monkey, I want Only You. And they always want iMush, so it's always at the end. And they're like, what do the differences? So like every week, it can be quite the same quite a lot. Do you know what I mean? Like the songs, but that's because everybody wants to hear them. And then there was one comment, like, I don't know who the guy was, and he was like, same every week. And I went to comment, well, don't fucking watch then, dickheads. But he'd already blocked me or something, I don't know. But that's another thing that annoys me. When people come onto your lives, I mean, it hasn't really happened to me, because I'm fabulous. I think that once or twice somebody's put like an angry face, and I've just gone, at the end of the day, you've got a choice to fucking click onto this video.
And that, yes.
And you've got a choice to click off it. If you don't like it, go. But don't need negativity.
And this is one of the...
What's the point?
Yeah, and this is one of the things that, especially being new to drag and this, if someone wanted to watch me and wanted to give me some feedback, I would rather than give me feedback privately, than put it on my live feed, which I have seen people put nasty comments, and I'm thinking, well, okay, for an instance, there was a young lad on Drag Diva Lockdown. He was a young lad, so obviously he just started to do drag. He's just coming out.
Is that Matilda?
I'm not quite sure. He had like a
green jumpsuit
on. Yeah. So, and he was doing his best, fair play to him. He's gone on there and done it more than I could probably do. But there was a lot of vile comments. And I was thinking, this poor lad is just trying to do a little bit of entertainment. He's probably new to all this. Why don't you give him a little bit of encouragement? And then when he's finished, then message him and say, this is what I would do. This is what, I've got one at the moment. I believe he's in, I think he's in Manchester. And one of my other friends said, would me give him some advice on, doing drag and just coming out, so I've seen him do his drag, he's a bit of a drag DJ. So he plays a lot of music and dancing around and stuff. So, I just give him a little support. So I message him. I would never put anything on anyone's live feed. If I don't want to watch them, then I just go off and, watch someone else. Do you know what I mean? It's not,
The thing is, opinions are like arseholes. We've all got one, and some are shittier than others.
Yes. But
you don't always have to give somebody your opinion.
Yeah.
If it's constructive, I'm all for it. If there's something you think I should be doing, then, by all means, message me and tell me, and I'll go, you're a cunt, and we're done. Do you know what I mean? No, I wouldn't. If somebody's got something constructive to say, I'll always take her on board. If they just want to be negative, and I think I've had it in the past, and people want to say negative things to me, and I think they just expect me to go, fuck you.
Yeah.
Because of the way they see me on stage. But no, I'll have a conversation with them. I say, right, well, tell me your point then. They get bored then after a while, because I'll just keep asking questions, and they tend to fuck off.
Yeah.
But I don't give them the reaction that I think they expect from me. But I just don't get why people feel the need that their opinion is so important that they need to tell you.
Yes.
There's things I would say to a lot of people, I've gone, oh God, no. Or, but unless it's positive, I would never say it. You know, I see things and I'm like, oh, that's fabulous, stunning, da, 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 da. I always leave positivity.
And
Because
that's it.
We all judge people. We've all got things to say about people, but we don't have to fucking say it.
Yes.
That's the thing.
But do you think though, with lockdown and, you know, we're now into 13 or 14 weeks of it, or 100 and something days, when we all first went into lockdown, a lot of people were like, oh, be kind, be kind, be kind. And it was very kind. But now people, all they do is go on Facebook and they see things each day and each week. And do you think people have now got to a stage where they're voicing their opinions a little bit too on people's live feeds and on Facebook and stuff like that?
To be honest, I think the people that are doing it now would have done it in lockdown anyway.
Yeah.
Because in this day and age, it's so easy to fucking tippy-tappy, because you don't come face-to-face to them. They wouldn't walk up to you in a bar and say that.
No.
Well, some may, but not all of them. And it's a culture. It's like cancel culture and all this, you know. It's like, I can't be arsed with it all, to be honest. It's just, if you've got something to say it to my face or private message me.
Yeah, exactly.
And with Facebook as well, I mean, so many people just plaster their personal lives over Facebook. It's like, we don't need to know that. It's like, you very rarely see on my Facebook anything really sort of deep and personal. Every now and then, you know, I do have a little fucking moment, but I see people who live their life on social media and they put everything up, and it's like, we don't need to know that. I
have a rant because I like to have my rants, and I'll probably have one about once a week. You know, I'll have a rant, but that's because my rant is to show that those people who have, I've seen on Snapchat like today, going past the old wow, taking pictures, going, oh, I'm glad this place is closed down, blah, blah, blah. My rant was because they know, they will look at my Facebook, so they know I've seen it. But if I saw that person face to face, they would be all nice and lovey-dovey. And
but at the same time, you know, all this and all that, if you didn't like the place, fine. But there's no need, you know, I mean, I wouldn't say about any venue, because at the end of the day, if a venue closes down, there are people that have lost their job. There are people out of work now.
That's it.
And if you take joy in that, you're a cunt.
Yes. Yeah, I absolutely agree with you.
And you know what? Crack on, because karma is a bitch and it will fucking get you. Because if you live your life on social media and you want to put shit up all the time, people have got fucking memories. And then when something shitty happens to you, they'll be the first ones to go, remember this, dickhead?
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Be, woe is me, woe is me, woe is me. Well, fuck off, you made your bed. No fucking lying at your slag. Oh, she's kicking off now.
Oh, she's kicking off now. She's kicking off now. Oh, I do love this. I do love this. Oh, bless you. Well, we are coming to the end of my little talk time.
Oh, good. I need to pee.
Do you have a bucket in there, or have you got a toilet in there to use?
Oh no, there's not a toilet. I go down to the house.
Oh, you go down. Oh, that's all right then. You ain't got a little bucket.
No, I don't. I piss in a jar, love.
You don't sell it online, do you?
No, but that's an idea.
There we go, you see.
Drag queen piss by the court.
Gypsy, you have been absolutely fantastic tonight. Thank you so much for coming on and doing a little chit chat with me. If you've got any feedback, then do send it to me afterwards.
You were shit.
You've been brilliant. You know, and hopefully once, you know, all this is over a little bit, we can start seeing everyone. Then, you know, I can't wait to come and see you, or you come and see us, or, you know, and like I say, WoW may be closed, but I don't think this is the last that you've heard of Gypsy Divine. She will be back, and you know, I'm sure that you will go on and be a fantastic as always, darling.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I find you funny. You're absolutely gorgeous, and I bloody hate you sometimes.
Oh, love, I'm only gorgeous with the filter or far away. When I fucking do that and all that shit. No. When I open the camera and it's fucking pointing up, oh, it's Gollum staring back at this bitch. Honest to God.
So what have you got? What do you got for the rest of the week, love?
We're not doing Full of Fridays this week because we're having a week off. Yeah, and I'm back Saturday doing my Shed Nanigans or Shabaret, whichever the one I fucking decide to do. It's the same shit anyway, just a different name.
Are you on
Same.
Drag Diva lockdown at all this week, or?
No, because I was supposed to have done Monday, but I couldn't do it because my voice had gone, and it's starting to go again a bit now because I've been smoking and talking too much. Excuse me.
All right.
No, I normally get I'm sure I'll have a date in the next week or two. Not like a fucking date, but a date with Drag Lockdown, because I do enjoy doing that.
Yeah, no, they are fun. They are really good, and like I say, a lot of us enjoy watching you and Gina on a Friday, and then yourself in the shed on a on a Saturday, and you're just entertaining us all. We've absolutely enjoyed it, and you've got a lot of followers that do enjoy it as well, and you've kept everyone entertained.
And obviously you're on Sunday, aren't you, with Etta's buffet?
Yeah, I'm back with my Etta Sunday buffet show. That's on Sunday at 9:00. And then next Wednesday, I'm back with Talk Time with the one and only Baroness Marigolds.
Oh, not the Baroness, though.
Oh yes, that will be good. I'm looking forward to that one as well. Just like I've enjoyed all of the Talk Times I've done, over the last couple of weeks.
That's what you've got to say, though.
Every one of you have been absolutely fantastic. Gypsy, you've been absolutely divine tonight. Thank you so much. I've really enjoyed it. Do take care, and I will see you soon. Chin chin. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.